want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to do a live, so don't be shocked about the fact when you look at the fact I'm going to do a live stream about this as well, because when I do the live stream, I need to bring in all forms. I'm in the car right now, and I just need to get it out there. So we'll call this the climate. We'll call this the climate of fathers, or fathers black and then fathers white. People, I am a man, and because I'm a man, and because I'm a black man, I am on the receiving end of a culture. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys what a culture is. A culture is when it is the perspective of the people. It is how they do things. And the people as a whole, some may not be like this, but the culture will be the narrative. Now, what I always tell, or should I say, I had a white man help me understand just how fortunate. On Facebook, I had a white man explain to me just how unfortunate black men are based on the culture of the black community. Let me say that again. I had a white man explain to me just how fortunate black men are because of the culture of our women. We ought to be thankful on one end, but for fathers, it is a holocaust. To fathers, it is the cancerous perspective. To fathers, all right? If you're an individual that's worth a lot, you'll be on the receiving end of the culture in the black community. So I'm going to talk about fathers and the culture of the white community and the culture of the black community. Let us first go into the culture of the white community. In the white community, white men are on the receiving end of women that were taught how to be hunters. They were taught, go out there, and when you lay down on your back, when you spread your kneecaps, when your kneecaps are at their farthest, I'm laughing at something else. When your kneecaps are at their furthest position apart, and you have a man parked between your legs, here is some perspectives. Make sure that first of all, that individual is indeed a man. Make sure that if there's an oops, if y'all get pregnant, if you get pregnant, if anything happens, make sure the perspective is you open legs up and had a baby or a mistake with a man. That's what white women are taught. This is why this white dude came on my Facebook Live and explained to me how black men need to be happy that we are involved in and have the culture of women that we have. So the first thing is white women are taught, get yourself a man, lay on your back for a man. What does that in turn grant this woman? It grants this woman security it grants this woman that if all else fails, the court system is going to make that individual do right. And because that individual is worth something, when it comes to right, it won't be pulling teeth. All right? When it comes to right, it won't be pulling teeth. So what does that mean? When it comes to right, you won't be pulling teeth. What does that mean? Okay, we back on? Yeah, okay. So that is, and I wanna tell you guys something when it comes to that perspective. You have automobile insurance. You don't ever want to have an accident, but you have automobile insurance just in case. You have life insurance. You have a 401k. All these perspectives and all these things are put in place because they are insurances. You have health insurance. They don't have divorce insurance. They don't have that. They don't have divorce insurance. So in order for a woman to establish the fact that she's going to be taken care of, normally you deal with an individual like myself, nothing less. A man that has morals. Let's talk about women in the community you call black. This is not the perspective. The culture is, I don't need a man, take him down in front of the white man. Everything is put in place from the perspective of negative. I used to date a woman, and I still respect her, so I'm not going to say her name. And this woman had a mother that taught her that her father was strung out on drugs, and he was never a good dad. Now, when I was dating her in 2010, her father had a 2009 E55, the $100,000 E-Class, not the 75 to 80 with good options 90. He had the $108,000 E-Class at that time, in 2009, the E55. And then he had a 2010 Escalade. She used to live or had a house up in the Pocono Mountains, but on a weekday, she stayed in New Jersey. One day it was a storm. Her father said to her, "You can take my Escalade." Right? This is what a man says. One day I said to this woman, "Your father is a real cool dude." This woman got offended by me praising her father. This woman said to me, "All this and you only known him for 2 minutes." When I hear people taking strikes at men, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna help that individual feel like a piece of trash. Yep. You don't talk about how men are and use the terminology. You don't talk about how to a bum and say a man around a man. Now, I would hope that you would get offended if a person say, "I was dating a woman that was getting everything in sight," and you just standing there like, "Well, women don't do that, sluts do." All right? So I said to this total idiot, I said, "So I'm going to make sure I understand you correct. Your father got a 2009 E-Class, brand new, and got a 2010 Escalade. It's 2010. And I said, and somehow in your brain, your father is a bum." I said, "I'm going to make sure we're clear. My dad died 2 years ago in 2008, broke and a bum. You need to stop living and having a relationship with your father from the perspective of your mother." I later turned around and seen a picture of her father in the 70s. The dude looked just like Ron O'Neal. Ron O'Neal is the equivalent of what black women love today, thug niggas. I said, "How did your mother and father meet?" The old walking down the streets perspective. Yo, that Mitsubishi look hot. All right, get back to that. But the culture in the community you guys call black is, we don't need a man. This is what's said. all men are dogs. Because of these, take them down in front of the white man perspective. And want to be clear, a Jewish woman will never say to her man, I'm going to take you down in front of the Germans. That's not the perspective. That's not. And I want to be clear about the perspective of black men. Hip hop was the number one, generated the number one revenue in growth wise. It was the number one in growth, like 1,000 times over in the last 20 years. Hip hop. Black men spearheaded that. All right? We'll be clear about that. Because there's a lot of things fucking wrong with her. They pull up on you like they driving your car. So that is what you guys get, and that is what men like me get. The culture, just like the hip hop. They don't say hip hop people. They say hip hop culture. The culture. Dame Dash used the terminology so well, culture vultures. And he was talking about culture vultures. He was talking about white men that was profiting off of the hip hop culture. So what you guys got to understand is in the community you guys call black, what our women, the problem with our women is not a one-off, because I want to be clear. What you're not going to hear is another woman check another woman on all good black men are either gay or in jail. She's never going to be checked. When I watched the video of Sister Shahrazad Ali on the Geraldo show, the woman that wrote The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, and I've to date never heard a white woman telling white men to understand white women. I've never heard that before. Never heard these things. All of a sudden, that I watched a woman getting attacked. And I'm going to tell you something about righteousness. It is amazing when somebody come back a week later and come up with a new perspective on what you're saying. So understand that. Those are the differences. And as long as individuals say, I don't need a man, all men are dogs, all these perspectives, and like Sister Shahrazad Ali said, since gaming the black man is a 400-year-old tradition, black women will never talk in light of men. It will be a one-off. It will be a closed conversation. It will be so when we talk about fathers and we talk about men, let me tell y'all what I mean when I say it'll be a one-off. Chuck D of the rap group Public Enemy said, I have voiced my opinion with volume. A lot of you guys in the community you call black will get in a conversation with your woman concerning the duties of a man, the perspective of fathers, and they will agree with you. But they won't take this agreement that they have with you on a platform. And because they don't take that agreement on a platform, allow me to show you what's put on a platform and spoken loud and proud. Also said by the rap group Public Enemy. Loud and proud, kicking live. I'm a master poet supreme. Super Troop Bazooka the scheme. Let me show you what's posted. Because we're talking about the culture. All right? Talking about the culture. I'm gonna give y'all shout outs in a second. We're talking about culture. So allow me to show you what you won't see any other individual posting. And this was posted because this is the culture. Like I said, when I did this video earlier, I had this epiphany. And I had this epiphany because I kept wondering. I did an understanding audit. And I said, why is it that these individuals don't understand me? How do I get one woman that says, you're the greatest, thank you for helping me? And then I get other individuals that seem to question what I'm saying. So I did an audit. And the thing that I came up with is that it's the culture. When you speak something, it will not be understood no matter what. All right. So let me show you what in fact is posted. This is what is posted. Because I'm talking about, I am as a black man, I'm talking about white women today, but they seem to talk about white women too. So allow me to read what a B woman posted about white women. To be honest, I think black women should start falsely accusing black men of sexual rape and assault. It works for white women, and they get a pretty penny for it. If black women can't get a coin through marriage and they're last in marriage, the Office of Vital Statistics say this: they either marry late or don't marry at all, because it's a leisure perspective, and this affects fathers. I'm talking about this today because of fathers. This is what I do. I'm talking about fathers, clients, men, etc. All right? Because I speak what I say in volume. To be honest, I think black women should start falsely accusing black men of sexual rape and assault. It works for white women, and they get a pretty penny for it. If a black woman can't get it through marriage, then they might as well get it through the courts. So where do you get divorced at? In the courts. But this is a perspective. And this is what was posted, and it got appraised by this woman. Sun-kissed skin, Rachel. This is what's posted. This is the reason why this was posted, because the culture. Now, you guys out there, you can say whatever you want. You can have your girlfriend listening to this. You can have women listen to it, and they can say, well, I don't know. This is what I used to get. I don't know no one. I don't know what type of women you know. And then I start quoting women. And then women had a problem with the fact that I was quoting women. See, it was okay when I was barking all this from my own perspective. But then individuals don't know. You don't really know who you're talking to, do you? Then I start hitting them with the words coming out of their women's mouths. And it's like, now everything went to a peep. But I still get it on a personal perspective, though. All right? So that's what I mean when I say it's a one-off. Individual will talk to you, and then you'll go look at their Facebook, and it'll be leisure stuff. Girl, I'm over here at crab and things. Girl, I got a lot of crabs. Girl, come on over here. Then you see all the comments. Girl, I was here last week. Yeah, I'm trying to get a nigga to take me. All these perspectives. And I want to be clear about something. I mean, crystal clear. Everything is okay. Everything that's said was always okay until a person with intellect says, wait a minute, you're independent? Yeah. Oh, you are independent. Yeah, I'm independent. I'm independent. Okay. Mercedes-Benz is $1 billion automaker, and they're not independent. What gives you your independence? What gives you your independence? Okay. Are you self-sufficient? I had one woman tell me I'm not self-sufficient, but I'm independent. I'm like, well, you must first be self-sufficient before you be independent. It's speaking. You guys have allowed individuals to tell you all these dumb innuendos. You have allowed it. Yeah, you have. You know how I know? Because you get along with them so well. I don't. It's always pulling teeth. Let me continue. Our women will never choose like a white woman, like a white woman. Now I'm going to talk about what that man said to me in depth. White women, their perspective is, when we get a divorce, I'm taking you for everything you have. Now, I'm going to be clear about something. In the about 200,000 men that I helped in my illustrious 21-year plus career, I probably helped about 15 married black men. So in 20 years, I helped about 15 married black men. Now, what you have led to believe, appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Come on, stop going with me. Stop being up, come with me here. What you have been led to believe is that there are no good
black men out there. This is everything that's bad has a man responsibility cover up. There are no good black men out there. So we ain't getting married. Something's wrong with this perspective because you're number one in having babies. So that theory is out the window. It's gone. You can't use that. But the Office of Vital Statistics say that they either marry late or don't marry at all. If you meet one and they're 50 years old, I'm in my 50s, and they never been married, and now they screaming, well, I'm celibate. I tell me last year, I'm celibate. I ain't having sex till I get married. Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you saying this in your 20s? Because you got kids. It's the celibacy comes after the kids and all the heartache and the gay, et cetera, et cetera. Please let me continue.
Wait a minute. What does that mean? That means the culture of women in the community you call black is not like the culture of white women. So the white woman, when she gets a divorce, remember I said this is what I said, because this individual told me. He didn't tell me in depth like this. I'm just adding my perspective to it. When a white man leaves court, he may drive the family's Volvo to court. But when that court session is over with, he's taking an Uber. Am I lying? No, I'm not lying. How many black men do you know got a BMW, got a Lexus, got a Audi, got an executive class car, and paying child support? In the white community, those white women said, nope, I got a good man insurance. And because I want to be clear.
A good man insurance is what should be picked in the beginning. Not, I'm going to get a broken dude. This is the perspective. I'm going to get a broke down, no good, and I'm going to fix him. I'm going to prop him up to be. Here are, in our community, there are individuals that's a product of their own mother and father. If their mother was a boot, was bouncing baby, you know, her mother was bouncing baby and took that oops nut, you know. You know they love that oops nut. Oh, then it's a cover for the oops nut. Then the cover for the oops nut. Well, kids are a blessing from God. You got that oops nut. I'm laughing at something else. Then what you get is this here. Remember this. Because the culture is not getting married. But this individual said, to be honest, I think black women should start falsely accusing. So you're going to destroy us to get something from us. As a picking good from the beginning. The perspective in the culture is we will be destroyed. We will be destroyed. Right? Because we ain't getting it through marriage and they don't marry. This is the wordplay. We ain't getting it through marriage. They don't marry. They don't. I have morals unlike any man I know. And I have fought with every woman I've tried to date. I get more pussy. I turn away more pussy than the average dude get. And my morals don't have me in a place where I have a family, I have a relationship with my child. It don't. So if anybody can speak on these perspectives, it's yours truly. But let's be clear. To be honest, the black woman should start falsely accusing the black man of sexual rape and assault. It works for white women. White women don't do that. White women, that's what we're going to talk about in this session, they pick good individuals so they can have breakup insurance. Breakup insurance is what individuals have. You get that through the morals of the man, the breakup insurance. If a black woman can't get the coin, because they're out for the coin, not love and to build a legacy, it's all about the coin. Until LaShawn Bradley showed me that it's all about the coin. If the black woman can't get the coin through marriage, then we might as well get it through the court. Don't you divorce in court? Like I said, y'all have listened to this for long enough, and y'all anointed this some smart talk.
I got a good man insurance. When everything goes south, I'm getting while the getting is good. So when that white woman divorced, when the relationship is over in the white community, the white man is giving up the family heirlooms, the house, the car, his pension, and me and Miss Cakes, we was talking. White people love their pension. All right. Let me go left for a second. Mind if I go left? Do you know Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman was married for 9 years and some change? Why 9 years and some change? Because when Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman was married, their prenup was voided after 10 years. You see, when you are worth something, you put yourself in a position to protect yourself. Now, this is why I will never, and this is what women don't hear me say, I will never have I will never have a problem with a woman taking half of a man's stuff. I will never have a problem with it. These are my morals now. This is all the stuff that women never seem to hear. You married. You ain't nothing when you married. You accomplish so much when you're married. I don't care what you say. You and your woman did that.
Let me step to that for a second. I wrote a book called Leases and Liens. There's a lot of people out there that go into marriage and go into things blindly. Once a person been through a marriage and got divorced, every last one of them knows, if I do this again, I'm going to set myself up. I'm going to protect myself. A woman is going to say to herself, I'm going to put myself in a position where I can get. A man going to put himself in a position where I don't get got. But here's the backup to that. If you got a business, it's your business, and you didn't have your woman build that with you, then that's on you, because you're going to pay in the end. I've tried to help individuals that built up their wife's company. It was in her name, everything, blah, 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 blah. The business is worth millions, and then get divorced. She gets a good attorney. He just that. She locks him out of all the accounts, do all this stuff, and then want to call me up, hire me, and then I say, well, who business was the name in? I think it was hers. I think. Well, was you on payroll? Well, we started the business 6 years old, and I'm just going down the checklists of trying to get the dummy, I'm checking for dumb. And it's like, I don't understand why a person would, I don't know, be some type of moral hero, or especially those individuals that says, I don't want my woman to work and do all this stuff. And then when everything goes south, now she's like, yeah, and that's just how it goes. So what I'm saying is protect yourself from the beginning. And when it's all over with, now you ain't got to try to do the checks and balances. It's too late for that. Actually, it's 3 late for that. So that's what I mean by that.
That's my perspective. So how about you put comments below based on what I just said, as opposed to hating me? It's another story. So a white man will end a relationship with a white woman and end up losing half his stuff and pay more. Why? Because the culture, there's that word, the culture of white women is not to invest in taking a man's ball juice and be standing there looking like and being a bitter old hag. When it's time to end the relationship, she is saying, well, hell, if I stay in, I don't get all this good stuff. That is the culture of white women. Now, I heard what I said about 5 minutes ago because I was sitting right here when I said it. I said out of about the 200,000 men that I helped in my career, about 15 of them were married. Black men. And here's the downside to it ain't nothing, I'm just gonna get a nigga. You know, the culture of black women. When a relationship is over with, you get pennies. All you get is child support. Now, if you wanna, I don't know, think that child support is getting a man, let me just say this.
And I want to be clear. People, I'm going to read your comments and I'm going to give shout outs. Of course, I got to give a shout out to my man, Cedric. Cedric gave me a $10 contribution for my Cash App. So I'm going to do all that. This is actually the pre. We 31 minutes in and I haven't started yet, really. But
the video this. A woman need two hands to, let me, right here when I said it. I said out of about the 200,000 men that I helped in my career, about 15 were married.
Individuals in our community, the perspective is get a nigga, right? But they don't, but what's not going on is put themselves, the difference between, okay, let me just say that, let me back up. White women position themselves to be invested. Period. Period.
Let me just say this. I should name the video this. A white woman needs two hands to count the benefits that she gets from her.
Atila Sean Bradley was cashing in on my morals and took my morals and put it in the child support zone. And she put it in the child support zone because that's what's the culture in our community. So the sooner you can understand that your talks, your pleas, you're trying to negotiate, I've been there. And then here's the deal. On the back end, trying to get other individuals to understand what you were, stop. My own mother. I don't have a relationship with my own mother. I'm like, you don't even have a relationship with your granddaughter. It don't matter. You're a black man.
She laughed at me. Yep. She hee-hee. She kiki. She kiki. She laughed at me. Yep, I'm getting you. I got you. Yep, I got you. She kiki. Right? That's what she did. She kiki. She laughed at me. I got you. Getting you for your, I'm getting you. Okay. So y'all gotta forgive me. I'm out and about doing my business while I'm doing this video. She kiki. She laughed at me. She laughed. Here's a woman, because the culture demands child support in the black community. This is the perspective of fathers. The culture demands that you're getting something from it. So I was paying $410 a month for private school. That meant nothing to Atia LaShawn Bradley, a woman of color.
I want to chime in and say this. A lot of you guys, you hire me and you puzzle, you're scratching your head like, I'm doing all this and she took me down for child support. I'm gonna say this again, and I will always say this. Child support is not for the child. Here's what estrogen does. Estrogen will sit down there and say, my rent is $1,200. Dag. You know, I'm claiming this independent stuff, et cetera, and my pockets are tight. Because you can listen to one woman say raising a baby is hard, then you can listen to the dummies and say I can do it. I'm a proud single mom. Let me say that again. You can listen to one say it's hard, but then you listen to a dummy say I'm a proud single mom. Okay. So here's the perspective. My rent is $1,200. Dag. This is what a Tia Bradley. Let me be clear. This was a Tia Bradley perspective. Dag. My rent probably was $1,000 because this was a little ways back. My rent is $1,000. You know what? With all that he do, I at least get $600. And all I would need is $400 for the rent. And guess what? Because of his morals, oh, he want to be a father. Oh, he want to be a dad. He want to be a dad. So they bank on that like a good dummy. So it was like adamant. I'm taking him down for child support. So Tia LaShawn Bradley took me down for child support, and her initial bankroll was $259. Then Tia LaShawn Bradley went back to her constituents, and they was like, hold on, girl. Hold on. You know that dumb thing they do. Wait a minute. He flipped cars. He worked at the post office. He got a hot dog truck. He getting that military money. That's all you getting? A sister should be getting more than that. So Tia LaShawn Bradley was adamant about constantly taking me back down to child support. I kept going. So I would say to estrogen, I would say, how do you think I got so good at fighting the system? What makes a man good at fighting the system? Repetition. Tia LaShawn Bradley wasn't like, I don't know, a white woman, take a man down once and go on with her life, as Sister Shalakimia said. Tia LaShawn Bradley was like, girl, they only gave me this. I'm going back down there. I'm going back down there. Because she wanted that bank. She wanted the bankroll. The $259 was an embarrassment. But I protect myself. The $259 was trash funds. Tia LaShawn Bradley, a woman of color, took me down to court and had me explain to a white man, how am I paying $410 for private school? How am I doing that? You will never get that from a white woman, ever. You guys need to understand this. You guys need to understand the culture. This is why you will privately have a woman tell you right and you're a good dad, but you don't see them posting this on none of their social media. You don't. You won't see it. They can talk to you about it, but it won't be posted on their social media. So she kept taking me back down. And you want a bigger example of this, don't you? Of course you do. Because I just make this stuff up. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. You remember this guy. This guy was giving his child's mom $500,000 a year, $500,000, and brought a house for her. Then 50 Cent got that deal with vitamin water. And then what happened? Shaquita says, the funny thing about baby mamas is they actually think they're worth a wife. That's a video title. Baby mamas think they're worth wives. I like that. Baby moms think they're worth wives. And that's what that woman said in that posting. That's what that woman meant in the posting. She remember the posting. Remember the posting. I'm gonna show it to y'all again. Remember this posting. Remember this posting. Remember this posting. To be honest, that's her being honest. Listen what comes afterwards. This is the culture of honesty to them. And I want to be clear. Let me go left. I don't give two effing cents about you getting mad when I talk. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Leave your comments. I don't care. I do this for men like myself. All right? So I don't care. I don't. My own mother showed me. you got a problem with what I'm saying. Women of color got a problem with how I talk. My own mother showed me that. Like, I'm going to stop. To be honest, black women should start falsely accusing men of sexual rape / assault. It works for white women. I don't know white women to do that. They get a pretty penny. If a black woman can't get it through a coin through the marriage, we might as well get it through the courts. Yeah. So you didn't get none through marriage legally. So now you're going to get it because he got more by you destroying his life. The culture of the women in the community you call black. But I get crucified when I talk about it because I was on the receiving end of their culture. So 50 Cent Jackson was giving his child's mom $500,000 a year and then put her in the house. And then the culture, is that word again, demanded that you got to go down there and claim wifey status. Because we independent, but the independent just don't get nothing. Ones that stand with men get the bag. All right, the true coin. And took him down there and didn't know, and then dig this. She got a white man lawyer. Boy, I wasn't surprised. And the lawyer, see, this is what I don't understand about these individuals. Lawyers is not going to tell them you ain't got no case. Atia LaShawn Bradley went down here with lawyers and got all these lawyers. How did I get week-to-week custody? And she had a lawyer. And then here's the deal. Y'all gonna laugh. I put the court case in. I asked for the court hearing. I was the plaintiff. All rise. We swear in. Soon as we swear in, Atia LaShawn Bradley's white attorney, because that's their true God, said, when he said, you may be seated, Your Honor, the child should be with the mother, blah, 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 and then looked at me. What he did was he tried to put me in the defense of his words. But I'm the plaintiff. You're the defendant. That means I speak first. It was the thing that just gets me the most. And Sister Shahrazad Ali helped explain this to me. Why the respect will never be there for black men. She explained that gaming the black man is a 400-year-old tradition. But what shocked me more than anything is when I used to go to court and I used to sit there and listen to these individuals that this woman paid them knowing that they didn't have the intellect like your boy. And I'm sitting there dozing off like, Mr. Smith, are you with us? Yeah, I mean, goddamn dude put me to sleep. Like, where they do that at? What if this dude, I'm about, yo, lunchtime. That's what I'm saying in my head. What? And then I break them down. Like, so let me tell y'all how I answered to old boy. They said, this house here. I said, Your Honor, there is no law that states that. I would like for counsel to please submit the law that states that the child belongs with the mother. You know what the judge said? Counsel, Mr. Smith is right. That's what she paid for. And here's the deal. She probably paid her attorney at least $1,000. This woman was beating on me. She could have took that $1,000 and went to therapy, and we would have still been together. But I find it amazing, and this is what I was showed because of the culture. They will spend 1,000 years worth of energy to screw you and try and put you in your place rather than spend 5 minutes worth of energy to do right. I was shown that. It's a culture thing, y'all. It's a culture thing. But we're going to talk about white women in a second. We're going to talk about them. Because I want to be clear for 2021. I'm going for total annihilation, total humiliation, total I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Because one thing I realize is that I will constantly keep getting questioned for my content. And I'm not saying nothing wrong. And because of what I've been through, this is my record. I never hit a woman, never cursed out a woman, never did. My morals stayed intact, but I will always get questions. So for that, we are where we are. Let me continue.
And how do you go from $1,710 a month in incentives to $259 a month and then laugh. You laugh because the culture, remember, the culture says this is what's going on. And this is why I'm not accepting no perspective of women in our community, because their culture demands that they respect us. The culture demands that all these little innuendos. I have tried to date women in the past. I have had women I've owned a house, and I had a woman say, no, you got to move in with me if we live together. And I own my house, because the perspective is, no, you got to help me. I'm not helping you. It is like, why would I give my money to somebody paying rent when I have a mortgage? Why? People,
I want to be clear. People, I'm going to give y'all shout outs in a second. Please forgive me. Like I said, we only in the intro. I haven't started yet. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 16 things that we're going to talk about. But here's what I mean when I say the culture, or you help me. There's this thing called a safe haven. The Angry Man talked about this back in 2015, 2016 when he was on my show. And it's the funny thing is, when you went through hell with somebody, there's key things that people are going to say to you to plug you into. For example, I have a friend of mine right now, James Lewis, and James Lewis had not seen his child about 2 weeks before Christmas. And when I talk to my man, I feel his hurt. I know he's hurt, and I don't have to say, are you hurt? I know what to say to him. And we was talking about 2 weeks ago, and I said, yo, I know you think this woman is, proud of what she's doing to you. You're a great dad, and this woman thinks that she got you, or you think that she is feeling good. I said, trust me, man. She's looking at her phone. Every time her phone rings, she hope it's you. Every time she get a notification in her text, she hope it's you. I'm gonna take y'all back down to 2010. 2010, we was at the Cut Institute in West Orange, New Jersey. And Mama Crawley, our friend, we had a fallen Conrad, went in a real bad accident, and the whole neighborhood was at the Kessler Institute. And my friend Mike Crawley, Mike Crawley's mom, she said, Chris, how your daughter doing? That's how she talked. Chris, how your daughter doing? I said, Mama Crawley, I ain't seen my daughter in about a year and a half. She literally started crying. Oh no. Then she came up out of that. She said the one thing that I'm telling you guys here today that got kids and you love your kids. She said, Chris, let me tell you something. That woman don't want what she's doing. She don't. You may think she does, and and I was like, at the time, I was like, nah, she pretty cool with what she doing. And just later in 2012, remember I told y'all we was in court for a restraining order. What was the first thing she asked me? Start crying. Why you don't come see your daughter? The custody order's still the same. Wait a minute. I put what Miss Crawley said connected to two. You guys have brought the fact that you've been told, I don't give. People, give me a second. Estrogen is emotional. As men get older, our estrogen levels raise. Mine not. Shit. You can tell by my physique. Mine not raising. I'm holding my estrogen levels at bay. That's why when we get old, we get belly and titties, because our estrogen levels raise. The reason why you hear a lot of men when they get older, this is a reason for this now. Yeah. I'm gonna break something down to you. I wanna be. Break something down to you. I'm gonna premiere this one late, so like all thumbs up, y'all. Skip that. Hold on a second.
The culture.
All right. Here's what y'all gotta understand. God damn it. And words to say is to say. Damn, I got that phone. Oh, what do you got? You again. I'm gonna break this down to y'all like this. Turn that up a little bit. When a man gets older, his estrogen levels raise. This is why a lot of men, when they're young, they players, they're claiming that they're pimps, they're claiming that they're all these things. Got 5, 10 kids, don't care nothing about them. The woman calling up, why you ain't being there for your kid? They out running, getting that, because these women out there, they bouncing, baby. And they cashing in on the bounce. But then something happens. When that man gets older, his estrogen levels start to raise. So he's so busy playing, he ain't taking care of himself like yours truly. So my estrogen levels are like, damn, when am I gonna get a chance to cash in? No, we ain't never cash in an estrogen paycheck. So what happens is these individuals, their estrogen levels start going up, and then they start caring about things. Every little thing, they become emotional. And they start looking back on their life. Oh, I was never there for my kids. And this is why a lot of individuals, when they're grown, their daddy come a-calling. Their daddy comes with this is why the kids is able to talk to them now when they're older. When they were young, it's daddy, when you coming to get me, daddy? Oh, go with your mother, little son. And then when they get older, you were never there for me, dad. Son, I'm sorry. I wasn't a good dad, but I'm ready to be a good dad now. You know why? Of course, their estrogen levels hit an all-time high. Now they start speaking from the perspective of a woman. And that's what happens. So you guys want to sit down here and believe that if that's what estrogen turns into a man like that, you guys want to sit there and believe that individuals, that's all they are, makeup is estrogen. You want to think that they can sit down there and sell you on the fact that they don't care. Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Do you now? They get mad and have attitudes for no reason at all. You know why? You may not believe this. Who said that? Because they care. And dig this. They can't help it but to care. You'll hear one woman say that because we make up of estrogen, we're, like Wendy Williams said best, we're pretty and pink inside. I told y'all the story 100 times. Woman called into the Wendy Williams show, married, new guy, an accountant, asked her out to dinner, went to call Wendy. Wendy, he fine. Wendy, he fine. Wendy said, no, he just want to go out, take me out to dinner. And she said, yep, and then you'll end up in his bed. And then the next day, he'll be at the water cooler talking to a new chick, and you'll be all in your feelings. That's what Wendy Williams said. But y'all will sit down there like a good dummy, like a dummy student. Let me just say that. Stop being a dummy student. Let me write that down. I like that. Don't be a dummy student. Oh, shit. Don't be a dummy student. Oh, gosh. Don't be a dummy student. and y'all will sit down there. And like I said, estrogen turns the mightiest of men to soft and mushy. Oh, goody. That's what estrogen do to the mightiest of men. But it is your perspective, it's your narrative that estrogen that lives in a woman, resides in them more than any hormone. You want to believe, and I want to be clear. It's okay to have believed in it before I said this. Don't believe in it now. Like I said, Mama Crawley told me, and I heard what she said because I was sitting there when she said it. Chris, that woman don't want that. So that's what I told my man. And I know that was comforting. I know he needed to hear that.
Says, this is what's going on. And this is why I'm not accepting no perspective of women in our community, because their culture demands that they respect us. The culture demands that all these little innuendos. I have tried to date women in the past. I have had women I've owned a house, and I had a woman say, no, you got to move in with me if we live together. And I own my house, because the perspective is, no, you got to help me. I'm not helping you. It is like, why would I give my money to somebody paying rent when I have a mortgage? Why? Why? People, because that's the culture. That's the culture. It's time you guys stop trying to figure out why there's a perspective of wrong. When
I'm gonna tell you guys something. When I did my first show, I had a woman call in, and the woman said that my friends, a woman of color, my friends actually get mad at me when they come to the house and I cater to my husband. I'm gonna see if I can pull that show up and get some sound bites to that show. My friends come over and actually get mad when I cater to my husband. That same woman said, I was telling her about how not having a ride or die like the niggas have. And she said, a woman, we've been taught not to help a man with his business because all they're going to do is dump you and go get a white woman. Now, there's a woman that I have on my Instagram, and she said the reason why no good individuals are chosen because a man that's about his business will reflect to you how you are. I'm gonna play the sound for you. I got that now. I'll play that when this is over and we start the show. I know we're an hour in. I ain't started yet. We gonna be here for a while. And this is the culture, y'all. You're gonna hear me saying that. I'm gonna bark it. This is the culture. This is the culture. When you go, listen, when you go to a gay club as a man, expect to get hit on by a man. If you're there, you're going to get hit on by a man. That's the culture in the club. If you go to a racetrack, don't expect to see a Toyota Prius. Very well said. And Sage will say her friends are mad because they don't have a good man. And they're not interested in them. This is the culture. I was taught to be healthy. My culture. This right here, if you can see that residue at the bottom, that residue is the honey. I didn't let it melt before I put it in the freezer. That's fiber in there, honey, pre-workout, and vitamins. It's fortified. That's why it looks funny. It don't look the typical cranberry color. It's fortified with all that stuff. That's what I drink. That's how my dad raised us. Understand that.
Gets down to it. And it gets down to it because you are dealing with an individual that their first perspective is to the culture. You know, a guy that sings country music don't give a nothing about the hip hop culture. A rock and roll star don't give a damn thing about the hip hop culture. But what we as men, we deal with women, and I just figured this out last week. Don't get it twisted. I was at this for long, and I said, what exactly is the deal? Why do I talk to individuals and I'm always getting a narrative of non-understanding? Why is it that women just don't understand me? And I'm right. Because it's the culture. It's the culture. If you can understand that, you will stop trying to say, well, this one, that one, this one. You got to understand. So when things go south with your woman, there's a culture that's going to go with. White women are going to sit down with white women and they're going to say, oh, he better make sure little Joey stays in private school.
Let me counter that for a second. People, I'm going to read your comments and give you guys shout out in about 8 minutes. Let me tell you about the culture of men in the community you guys call Black. The culture is the hip hop culture. Be a thug, say nah me, every other word. You feel me? Talk this grimy, use broken English. There was a time when broken English was like a one-off. Now the broken English is the perspective, is now the culture. And now the individuals that talk with intellect, we are now the ones that are told that we don't have no swag. I want to be clear about that. And I want to be clear. I want to make sure that I understand this thing from both perspectives. All right. In the culture of men in the Black community, you must be hip hop. You must wear your pants off your behind. You must be a booty out nigga. You must have swag. You must be like, nah me. You must rap to a woman. Oh, don't tell a woman you love her. Don't call. You got to play all these dumb games, and it's accepted. And this is why those individuals are the most successful men in the community. Men adapt to what the market, women set the market for men. You're not that way. You know how many times I've handed my book to a woman and he said, well, I don't read, but the last time I handed my book to a woman that liked me, I seen her look at me like, oh my God, he's one of those. I just looked at the expression on her face like, oh my God. Everything about me adds up to who I am, but there seemed to be a problem. It's okay. I'm excellent at reminding individuals. I have morals, not interested, nonetheless. I want to be clear. And I mean crystal clear. The culture of men is dictated by a woman. And I know. There's women that's going to say, no, they ain't. Okay. You really going to have me do this? Okay. MC Lyte made a song called I Want a Roughneck. Salt and Pepper made a song called I Want a Man, I Want a Man, I Want a Man, I Want a Mighty Good Man. In the song, MC Lyte was talking about all the dumb ways about a man, but then she said, but that's all right, because that's what Lyte likes. But that's all right. All the dumb things. The song that Salt and Pepper made, because they were the clean women of hip hop. They said, Remember what Salt and Pepper said, and they had the group In Vogue on the singing. Oh, you so crazy? I think I want to have your baby. Yeah. See, I'll tell you guys this all the time. The greatest gift a woman can give to a man is a child. That's why all these booty out niggas have all these kids, because the women are trying to keep them. Oh, I'm going to get knocked up to keep this nigga here. That's why. I know. It don't make no sense when I say it. But this is why. Those individuals are the most loved, the most wanted, the most respected. I want to be clear about that.
Oh, he's going to make sure they get that. That's the culture. And Atil LaShawn Bradley from the backwoods of South Carolina. And I'm thinking that I didn't want a woman from New Jersey. Boy, was I wrong. I can look back on it now and say, oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's the culture. You can say what you want. You can come at this from a different perspective. I'm not arguing with you. My woman ain't like that. Cool. But how many times, when was the last time your woman posted something on social media saying, we as women got to start doing this? When? No. Nothing is going to be said to go against the culture. It's not. It's not. It was only stupid of me to think for 1 minute that I will be looked at as a man in a culture of men ain't nothing but, men ain't nothing. As black people, we as black people, we have been as you look in the media, as you look at the killings and the shootings of black men, there is no standing together anymore. We go through this thing now from the perspective of the culture of the community. Is men are this, men are that, men. That's where we're at. It just hit me because I played a verse by KRS-One, and KRS-One said, when one doesn't know about the other one's culture, ignorance swoops down like a vulture. And that's why a lot of you fathers, a lot of you men, you go through the things that you go through. Like, I was this to this woman. I was this. I was great. I was this. And they treated me like that because you don't know about their culture. You don't understand their culture. You don't. People, today is April the 16th, April the 17th. Yeah, I get it. And listen, the very first to tell you, I thank God I finally got it. I thank God I finally got it. I got it. People, I'm gonna end it with this. I talked about this over on Red Pill 5. I watched a lot of pimps over the years, pimp pictures, and I Bishop Don Juan talk about he got hoes. So I want to make sure this perspective is what's going on through my head. A man could tell a woman, go out there, sell your body, give me the money. In addition to that, beat the hell out of that woman, because that ain't all the money. Like the pimp know, every John gave you a certain amount, but he beats the hell out of her to keep her mind state where he wants it to be. But I got to sit down here and watch and listen to dudes get praised by women, and they treat like trash. And a lot of you, are my clients, because I'm doing this for y'all. A lot of y'all are my clients, and all of y'all are speaking, have the same tune, same riddle. I've treated a woman like this, and I got treated like trash. So I want to be clear. The pimp treats a woman like trash and get treated like a king. The good man treats a woman like a queen and get treated like dirt. You're in a relationship, you don't bring your woman no stress, you are a man. You're considerate, you're passionate about love, you are all these things. And you're arguing with an individual over perspectives and how you feel, and your morals are being questioned. And there are blackout periods when I can't call you. So these things, it's just hard to digest. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right, y'all. So now we're going to talk about what you guys came here for. Hey, listen, man, I want to thank my man Cedric for that $10 contribution via my Cash App. I appreciate all you individuals for being here, man. Going to do this roll call right quick. I got my man Max. He's up in this joint. Dave says, facts at 100%. You best believe it. I got Insatiable. He was in the check-in. I don't know if he's still here. Been a minute. This will defend. He retracted. Okay, but I appreciate you for being here. Ruben is up in this joint. Insatiable. Gave him a shout out. Appreciate all you guys for being here. Brandon is up in this piece. Appreciate you for being here. And I got Silence is here. Silence is law. I like that. Silence is law. Wow. I like that. Silence is law. I appreciate you guys for being here, man. I really do. I want to talk to you guys today. Now I want to talk to you guys about what I was talking about earlier. But let me go left when I say this. Let me start this thing off going left. Let me start this thing off going left. I have dated, or should I say, I have tried to date a lot of women. And then I'm gonna talk about the woman I'm dating now. I have dated women that was on this thug, still had thug residuals in their life. And the one thing I'm not trying to hear no woman say is, I'm a ride or die. You say you're a ride or die, it's get the going. I don't want to have nothing to do with your dumb, lame perspective. I don't want to ride or die. What does that mean? So when you have a woman, I remember I was talking to this one woman that said, I'm a good mom. I'll be on the sideline cheering my kids on with my Timbs on. So let me tell y'all yet again the type of woman a man wants. Then I'm going to tell y'all about the woman I have. A man wants a woman. We don't want a dude. A man don't want a woman that bucks up on him like he need to backslap her. If you feel you need to backslap your woman, you don't need to be with her. If your woman think that, I'm outspoken. This is the number one thing I hear individuals say, I'm outspoken. No, you're not. You're rude. That's what you are. You're rude. And you'll have an individual not understanding that the perspective of ride or die don't work with a man. It don't work. You want to ride or die? Go get somebody doing crimes or something, get caught, and you can ride the wave of ups and downs and turbulences and all kind of innuendos of stresses in life, et cetera, et cetera. I got a good life. I need y'all to follow me. I'm laughing at something else. I was watching this picture today, and the woman, I don't know her name. Let me find out her name. Her name is Charlie. This woman here. I was watching a picture with her in it. This woman here. And when I was looking at her, I was like, it's amazing how when you look at a woman, you can see pure in a woman. You see, like, damn, they just feel like a woman. They just feel like if they're hurt, they're just going to break down and cry, as opposed to attitude up on you. I was talking to my woman, Miss Cakes, Friday, and I seen a woman, a black woman, that I said, that's how black women should be. And I was watching the latest edition, episode 5 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And Falcon's sister, let me show y'all her. If I can show y'all the white woman, I can show y'all her. Oh, wow, look at her. She got her face. This woman here. This is Falcon's sister in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And in the movie, in the picture rather, she looks like that's how she always look. And I said to my woman, that's how black women should be represented. She had a boat, blah, 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 but that's the essence. Of course you can. Insatiable said, can you put white women who act like black women in the same category? Oh, you damn right. Listen, the average Caucasian woman with a big butt act just like a black woman. All right? I want to be clear about that. So now I'm going to tell y'all about my woman briefly for a second. Brought this house. Woman live across the street. Very, very voluptuous. But dealing with multiple niggas. Married men, all kind of things. She got the most active house on the block. Cars is always at her house. Not all the time it's men, but sometimes it's women. And what my woman didn't understand when I first told her about that woman is I met that woman before. And I don't mean her actually. I met the woman with the big booty before. And the woman with the big booty always got something going on. Always, they will put themselves in a position where they're around a lot of men. Ta-da. My woman is extremely voluptuous. She's only 5'2". Ass about this wide. She got a wide ass. I'm gonna pay for that, but just roll with me. I'm going somewhere with this. But the thing that I've never ever had with no other woman that's built like her, I can call her at any time and I'll get her. I don't know how she was before I met her. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now. See, we all got checklists of women when we meet them. Yes, I think you all would agree with that. We all got checklists. We all got these things where we do these checks. Can I call her? Check. Let me tell you about the women that I've dated, Crystal Holman, etc., when I lived in the Pocono Mountains. When I lived in the Pocono Mountains, I literally said, have a good weekend to the women I used to date on Thursday. I did not dare try to call them on Friday. Told y'all about that. I don't have a woman that's like that. I have a woman that if I call her, and don't get her, she'll call me back. I was XYZ. I am dealing with a woman now. She's an extrovert? Of course she is, you know. Do she like attention? I would say, hell yeah. Hell, women do. But I am not at all worried. If I don't get her, I'm not worried. This is what I tell y'all. They're not all like that. I will stand by that. They're not all like that. I mean, women don't hear me when I say that. They're not all like that. If my woman had 1%, just 1% of the downside of a woman that's with her stature, I wouldn't be with her. I could, if that was the case, I got one right across the street. If I go over there and say, you know what, I was wrong. What you doing tomorrow? She would say, oh gosh, he gonna give me some dick. Damn, he's the man. No, I've been in this house a year since. I said since July. I said, look, lady, I don't do what you do. No. I ain't having none of no dudes you deal with say, oh, you with that nigga across the street with all them BMWs. No, I don't want no problem. When I go out there and I see him with a dude, I'll be like, yes. And they're gonna be watching her. She's speaking to him, get in my car and drive off. What's up with that dude? You ain't fucking him? That's what's going on. I don't get that with my woman. I be on the phone with my woman. I hear guys, yeah, how you doing today? Good, darling. And she keep going. Don't no man. Thug niggas is different. Don't no man want to be questioned. His morals do all the talking. Now that I have to keep reiterating to my woman. All right, she's a woman. She has estrogen. I explained to her, baby, your estrogen. It's the reason why you asked me things 3 times. And baby, I just answered that. But I don't have that issue. I don't. I have a woman. Beautiful. Everything that I want in a woman. Supportive. Everything. All the check marks. I tell her this, and I will always tell her, she has more check marks than all the women I've dated combined. She got more check marks. I wouldn't be with her if she wasn't. I'm proud to say I won't. You know, sometimes she gets a little bit she questioned, but it's still understandable. I have no problem with putting an individual in their place. I don't have to do that with her. There are women out there that are not like that. I promise you, they're not like that. Not all of them. We're in a culture where it's acceptable to be that way, and then when you question it, now you're getting some pushback. No, I don't get pushback. I'm a man. Pushback, booty out nigga. Pushback the bum. I'm staying firm on this germ. And I say firm on this germ because when you're a man, you're now a germ in a community you guys call black. I want to be clear about that. All right. So I want to talk about a couple of things here, 16 to be exact. I probably mentioned 1 or 2 of them when I was cacking. But I want to tell you guys why women, I want to tell y'all why white women get more. People, let me be clear about something. I want to be clear about something. And I have to say this because a lot of people may say you repeat what you said, but there are people that may have come across me for the first time. White women are taught to be in likes of their father. There are a lot of kids in the Black community that don't have fathers because the narrative of the culture is men are dogs, men are dogs, men ain't nothing, blah, 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 blah. So then that gets swapped out with, well, when you have a kid, it's a blessing from God and welfare is better than all these dumb innuendos. And that's not the culture in the white community. It's not. Insatiable says, I've been questioned plenty of times about women. Even my own cousin questioned me about his woman, told me I'm going to have to use, oh, wow, going to have to use this gun. Okay. I said, God, people, if you go on any dating site and look at 10 white women profiles, you will have 10 various different perspectives. If you go look at 10 women of color, women from the community you call Black, 8 of them have the same perspective. Don't inbox me if I don't want no nigga to that. Don't waste, the classic, don't waste my time. And all this negativity. Because negativity is the true culture. They just mask it as all these other things. Oh, men this, men that. Get to that in a second. All right. But when you go look at those 10 white women profiles, love horseback riding, love this, love that. Look at another white woman profile. I have kids. They are my world. Looking for somebody I can settle down with. Another white woman profile, just getting back out in the dating scene. Got divorced of a marriage of X, Y years. You look at all these perspectives. This is all true stuff. Don't believe me? Go look. You ain't gotta sign up for a membership. Just go look. Just go look. Nobody goes and buy food and say to the waiter, bring me what you like. When the food is brought to them, I don't want this. Give me a pizza. You set your standards and your perspectives prior to. You don't have a taste for crab and go to a pizza joint. You're not going to walk into Domino's. Do y'all have the Crab Fest? This perspective and analogy works in every other forum and every other thing. Don't seem to work with the women in the community you call Black. But white women, it is their protocol, their standard protocol of engagement. You guys will listen to these individuals talking about white women. You will listen to these individuals and you'll be trying to feel yourself. You will be trying to gauge their attitude. They very rarely have none. What individuals don't understand is you don't invest in bad and think you're going to flip it to good. If I can give you a peek into a relationship, a conversation my woman and I were having, and she was talking about, stressing over a man. I said, well, it doesn't sound like that was a man. It sounded like it was a bum. And there's a threshold that we all should reach. When your gas tank get to a certain threshold, the low fuel light comes on. This perspective is invoked in every other narrative. It's not invoked in the community you call Black. It's invoked with with Caucasian women. And once again, they haven't taught how to hunt. This is a perspective that you see with bulls. The strongest bull get the pussy. Spiders. Every other animal, the man got to be at the best. You're not the best, you ain't getting nothing. That's the perspective that white women use. Now you'll get a woman of color to say, I know a white woman that just loved this. Okay, so let me be clear. The culture of white women is that. Okay, how's that? I appreciate that. 837 says, congrats, bro. You deserve a great woman. I do have that. And she's black. I just laughed. We bug out. I told her I laughed more than her in a month than I laughed with all the other women that I ever dated combined. I should have said times 10. I forgot to say that. But I appreciate that, 837. But this is the perspective. This is the culture of getting a man in the white community. It is taught by their fathers, and it was taught by their fathers because their mother said there's got to be certain type of guideline. There's got to be certain type of, a certain perspective when you have a child, and that is you must be married. That is you gotta be a man. They're not into the fixer-upper thing that is so widely accepted in the community you call black. They're not into that. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Now, I talked about a couple of things that I'm gonna reiterate. I'm gonna talk about a couple of things. People, I was paying $410 a month private school for Tia LaShawn Bradley's child. Tia LaShawn Bradley didn't like that. Why wouldn't a woman like for you to be paying to put the child in private school? Why wouldn't a woman like that? A woman wouldn't like that if it was all about them. Tiger Woods, a billionaire, cheated on his wife. Tiger Woods' divorce was settled in less than 3 months, or a little over 3 months. I was fighting Tia LaShawn Bradley for 11 and a half years. I'm not a billionaire. So what was I fighting? I was fighting the perspective of the culture of the women. But the one thing Tiger Woods' wife said, I don't really care about me. Just take care of our child. And Tiger Woods did that, like men do. That's why she said, cool, let's divorce. I'm done. You can go ahead and do what you want to do. Just take care of the children. Tiger Woods did that. So as long as little Joey is getting taken care of in school, it shouldn't be an issue. But why would paying for private school be an issue with Tia LaShawn Bradley? I'm glad you asked. The culture says that black men are dogs, black men are no good, et cetera, et cetera. But when you go around white people, when you wear in a suit and tie and you have a $70,000 German sedan outside and you're coming in there bringing a check for private school or the money order to pay for private school, that doesn't fit what that woman is saying about you. So Tia LaShawn Bradley had to stop that. She worked so hard, Tia LaShawn Bradley, that is, a woman of color, worked so hard at trying to convince the world Christopher Smith is a no good black man like all the rest of them. So much to the point, she said, you know what? I will end this. You will be in a no good zone. I can't tell everybody that it was me. It wasn't me. I was beating on you, and this was before social media. So that's why you don't hear a peep from her. That's why I can bark about this woman and say, oh, you didn't beat on me? Oh, let's go back to the hospital. June 13th. Yeah, I need my discharge papers, and they're all right there. This is why you don't hear a peep. The truth is in concrete. It's written in stone. But Attila Sean Bradley said, nope, I will fight you tooth and nail. I will exert so much energy to make you look bad as opposed to exerting a mere fraction of that energy to go and get myself right. Not going to happen. The culture in the community you guys call Black doesn't demand that. So when I was paying for private school, it did not match with what Attila Sean Bradley was selling everybody that involved the child and I. It didn't sell. The narrative didn't sell. This is why I won't let a woman get one sentence off of trying to question my morals or try to pin something on me that is not me. Because I know if you let that one slide, the floodgates will open. It's just something that they want to do. You ever notice if a woman asks you what type of car you got and you say, I got a BMW. Well, I don't know cars. I don't know nothing about cars. This is what you'll get, I promise you. You tell a woman you got a Kia. Oh, what kind? The Forte. Oh, my friend got one of those. When you give them an uppercut based on a perspective or a narrative where they're trying to put you in a place that you know. I have never met a woman that know about cars, but they will say, such and such got a Lexus. Well, I thought you didn't know about cars. But that's why, appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Stop going with me. Stop being up, go with me here. This is why the white woman will never have a problem when that man is putting that child through school. It will never be a problem. It won't be a problem. I realized something. I said this earlier, I'm going to reiterate. The culture doesn't allow a woman to understand me. The culture. To understand me means that you have to give me my props. And that is a no-no. A lot of you individuals out there, you will always question yourself as to why the fact that I was trying, why was I trying? Why was good trying? Why wasn't good effortlessly? The culture doesn't allow that. It doesn't allow that. It doesn't allow that. I'm going to stick with that. The culture does not allow that. And as soon as you understand that it's a cultural thing, it's not a one-off, then you'll know how to move forward. You'll know how to address. You'll know how to navigate yourself where you're get everything that's due and owed to you. So I'm looking for this thing right here. How do I get this thing up here? Okay, let's do this. I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to pull up this thing. Oh, I can do it like this. That's not how that's not gonna work neither. Hold up. I'm looking for this passage. I think I sent it to my Instagram so I can easily pull it back up. If not, I have to go the bloody long way to get it. Oh, I know what I gotta start doing. Okay, I want to play something for y'all to help y'all understand what it is I'm talking about. I want to help y'all understand something. So listen up, y'all.
I want to thank Tom G for sending me this video.
I want y'all to listen to this.
For sending me this video because I normally get a lot of individuals that send me videos because they know I do radio and they want me to they want my 2 cents on the topic. But
what's up, everybody?
Hi.
Let me know if you're in the building.
Well, I'm actually in my studio, but
go ahead and have another uncomfortable conversation.
Uncomfortable conversation?
As you come in.
Here's an individual that's helping a lot of you men understand why you will always have a problem, because the culture does not allow good to exist. This is facts. The culture, you can listen to this with your woman. You can listen to this and your woman say, I disagree with that. Because I got friends that say the key word, baby, is culture. That's the key word, the culture. And know the culture does a man that ain't worth trash have babies on a scale like it does in a community you call Black. So listen up.
Like the video, share the video, follow your girl.
Follow your girl.
Okay, I'll do that.
I said a lot of us women push away good men because they intimidate us. And I wholeheartedly believe that to be true. And let me explain to you why.
Please do.
I said, as quiet as kept, there's a lot of women that are intimidated by a good man because he exposes her flaws and insecurities about herself.
That good woman a good man exposes the flaws and insecurities about herself. See, the no good dude is constantly messing up. So he just can't say, well, you, because then she can say, well, I did this for you, I did that for you. Shut your pie hole. All right?
By not being able to measure up to him.
Okay.
The man does not have to do this deliberately.
Okay.
It can be on a subconscious level, and she will be shown how much she is not doing or what she needs to work on by way of what he is doing. I hope that makes sense.
Oh,
let me break it down to you.
Please.
Please do. Because you didn't fully understand.
I understood, but break it down, sister.
Let me explain to y'all what I mean by that. It's a lot of women who encounter good men, but because this man is basically being a gentleman to her, he's going out of his way to be secure and stable, mentally stable, emotionally stable. He's going out of his way and he's doing all kind of things for this woman. On top of being a stand-up guy, I'm talking about being the type of guy that has goals, aspirations, and dreams, and actually.
You see the caption, it says, Black men are not the problem. That's what it says. Sister Shahrazad Ali said the same thing. but you have been sold, because the story is sold unto you brought the fact that you're going to have somebody sit down and tell a man now. I ain't talking about a booty out, but it says right here, black men are not the problem.
Poster now.
Sets forward or sets toward those dreams to make them his reality. He's about his business, right?
Okay.
And a lot of us women, we say things like, I want a man like that, right? I want a man who's about his
Talk
business.
to him.
I want a man that can take care of me.
Talk to him.
I want my man to be able to do this, that, and the third. But the truth of the reality is, ladies, a lot of us can't handle that shit. It scares the hell out of us. Why? Because
if you can stop and dissect what that woman just said, all the things that you're supposed to be in life, all the things that you go to school for, you go to college to be something, all the things that you have been taught, if you have good parents, this woman said, that scares the black woman.
Now I want to be clear. You want a simple, clear-cut example of this. How come every time you get into an issue with an individual, it's you ain't no man, I don't need a man, men ain't this, men ain't. Why is it always attack on men? Why is the feminist movement in the white community different than the feminist movement in the black community? This is what Sister Ali actually told us about as well.
This is cataclysmically, this is troublesome. This is troublesome.
Women, we say things like, I want a man like that, right? I want a man who's about his
Talk to him.
business. I want a man that can take care of me.
Talk to him.
I want my man to be able to do this, that, and the third. But the truth of the reality is, ladies, a lot of us can't handle that shit. It scares the hell out of us. Why? Because
if you can stop and dissect what that woman just said.
I already talked over that, Lou. I paused it, but I'm going to say this in light too. When I speak, I've transitioned. And I got this from Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey always quote other people. When I speak, I quote women. Okay, I want to be clear. Women say what I said.
some kind of ulterior motive behind it, and we don't. All of us, I'm not gonna say all of us, ladies. Y'all, I'm just being real. Like I said, I gotta speak that uncomfortable truth for us to really let it soak in and marinate. Like I keep saying, if a man said from the same shit I'm saying right now, y'all would be attacking that man.
Oh no! No!
We going out the window, ladies. We gonna be real with ourselves.
Impossible.
I speak like this to you because I was once that woman.
Impossible.
I speak like this to you because I am a woman that had to check myself and see what I was doing wrong. Not all of us, ladies, but a majority of us.
She said not all, but the majority. Ain't that what I just said? Ain't that what I just said? The majority, the culture. She said not all, but the majority. Dag, Sister Ali said not all women, but most of us. She said the same thing back in 1989. But she also said if a man said the same thing I was saying, he'd be attacked. She asked me how I know.
We can't accept this kind of truth.
And what she also said was when a man does good, when a man is taking care of us, we think there's an ulterior motive. So when do you ever win as a good man in the culture, with the existing culture? When do you ever win? When? This woman is explaining to me why I don't have a relationship with my daughter, which the chain reaction, don't have a relationship with my mom. Chain reaction, why I had so many problems with women and relationships with women. Just this is explaining the perspective. You just can't say or you will be attacked. It's amazing. It's amazing.
So for every 1 million black men, there are 5 million black women. And the majority of them are like this. These are her words, not mine. Don't get mad at me because I'm a nerd. Don't get mad at me because I can articulate myself real well and I understand math. So now, she didn't say 10% of us are like that. She said the majority.
That's what she said.
So here I am at 50 years old, and I haven't ran into the unmajority. I ran into one of the majority, especially when you're slow like me. You know, you're not out there being a hoochie daddy and fucking everything just being wild. Every woman I met was like this. She said the majority. So for 5 women for every 1 man, the majority is 3 million women like this for every 1 million man. For every 1 million black men. Oh my God. And this,
I want to be clear. I did this 2 years ago. So, I got to say that because I don't want my woman listening to this and get hit the fan. Right? All right. I want to be clear.
If we was to say this, we'd get attacked. Gee, ask me how I know.
Truth, when it comes from the mouth of a man, a real man. Not no sucker out there just trying to spit game and talk shit about women. Not them. But a real man, when a real man says the same shit that I say,
I love this one.
I don't want to hear it. So I'm coming to you as your sister. I'm coming to you as a woman that was the same way that you are.
This is why you heard what she said. She said a real man. She emphasized that. This is why I will always have a problem when I hear individuals say deadbeat dash, and then I say, well, talk to me about your dad. No, it sounded like you had a bum. You didn't have a man. Why, when we talk about men in the community you guys call black, we got to say a real man? Why we got to stretch that out? Because the culture, because she said the majority, right? I said that already. The majority accepts the gamers, that's trying to spit game. They want that so much. Oh, rap to me. Don't talk. Don't be an intellect. I want to be rapped to because it puts my brain. It helps. Like I said, I had a woman tell me, "You always gonna have problems with women." I said, "Why?" Because you don't lie. Women expect that like 65% of what a man says is a lie because he's spitting game. Chris, you don't lie. You say what you mean and mean what you say. You will always have a problem with women, and that has been dead on.
Mentality that has to pick myself up and do something different. We are intimidated by good men. We can't handle that shit because they remind us of what we're not doing. Damn, he doing this for me. Damn, he doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. Oh, he's boring now. Oh, he's lame. I can't. And we start making up those kind of things in our heads because we're not used to it and we're not measuring up. Let's call a spade and be real. He's boring to you, which he's really not, but he's boring to you because he has responsibilities about himself. He has self-determination, self-motivation. He has self-discipline, and you can't handle that. So that's boring.
I've never really peeped that when she said she has self-discipline. Did I not say before, and I heard what I said because I was there when I said it. I said, when you have morals, you will be a victim of your own morals. This at the same time, I can tell a woman I got offered, I could have been getting some booty from a person that lived across the street from me. That means that there's certain things that they're going to try to do too, they will not be successful at because I have self-discipline. People, I just started working at this place and I need to put in at least 3 months in the job before I take off. So my woman have to understand that I cannot do anything because I can't. Self-discipline. She's saying that if you have self-discipline, if you have morals, she's saying you're an enemy to the culture.
Because you're used to encountering these niggas, and I say the word niggas, and I keep having
just let it flow, baby. You doing fine. You doing fine. You doing?
being synonymous.
No. You doing fine. You doing fine.
Is a broad term.
You doing fine. Doing fine.
Used to describe
you doing
certain
fine.
characters,
certain
personalities.
Booty out, nigga.
No good ass people. Those are niggas.
Go ahead.
Not black people.
Got you.
Right?
Okay, keep going.
So a lot of y'all be like, I'm done with these niggas. And y'all be trying to say y'all done with black men, which you sound ignorant when you say
Thank you.
Like that,
Oh my.
Niggas come in all different shades, colors.
Oh my. I love this woman.
Point.
Kick it.
What I'm trying to say right now.
No, you saying it. You saying it.
A lot of us women push good men away because they remind us of what we're not doing. They're showcasing to us a mirror. And it's like, damn, he doing this, he doing that. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. So we subconsciously or consciously.
He don't care about my big booty.
Because we know we're not about shit. Let's just
oh my.
I ain't trying to get my life together.
Oh my.
I ain't trying to do all of that, not right now. I'm trying to live while I can, YOLO, you only live once. I'm trying to
oh my God, I love this woman.
You heard what she just said? That's that leisure stuff I talk about. You will hear these individuals and you look at all the mistakes that they made in their life, and it's all based on leisure. That woman just said, I'm living dolo, I'm living my life. It's leisure. She also said something that just ties into what I'm saying. I have said. You describe a man as a nigga, just like individuals describe men as bums as being men. And she said, now you're saying you ain't dealing with niggas no more, but you talking about you ain't dealing with black men no more, which you sound stupid. Ain't that what I'm saying? Didn't what I just said earlier on the video I did earlier today? I'm not going to sit down and listen to no woman say I had a bum and say I had a man. No, you will save yourself getting your ass handed to you by me, by yours truly. You will save yourself by getting your ass handed to you by saying I was dating this bum one time. I gave up the butt to a bum. Yup. I dated a booty out nigga. Yup. I dated that. Call on it. Don't say he a man around me. Don't do that. No. Like I said, individuals will talk about deadbeats. You never hear Kia better than the Rolls Royce in overall quality. They stand in class. These individuals, like this woman is saying, it is amazing how these individuals will come up with so many different narratives to a man, and white women come up with one perspective as a man.
You marry me.
So when you get a man that is going to push you,
you're going to push back.
You can't handle it because you're used to taking care of men.
Ah!
Even men, niggas. You used to.
How did I miss that before? She said you're used to taking care of. And I just said earlier. I heard what I said because I was sitting here when I said it. Let me tell you what I said. I said they want no good individuals because a no good individual can't push back when they say you ain't this, you ain't that. They can't say nothing because then she'll say, well, I would. Then she just said, let me back it up a little bit. Listen.
You're going to push back.
You can't handle it because you're used to taking care of men. Not even men, niggas. You used to take care of men. Men comes to your life and steps to you and chin checks you like, okay, I brought my credentials. What you got? You're like, well, damn. I gotta bring something to the table. I am the table. No, you're not the table.
Oh my God.
The table is the relationship. The table is the foundation of what y'all trying to build upon.
Oh my God. They're gonna assassinate.
Man is not supposed to be trying to build on you.
They're gonna assassinate this chick. Oh, the sister's gonna get her.
A lot of us women, we get with a man and it's like
something wrong with me.
I don't want to have to go outside of my comfort zone. I have to push myself. So I'd rather just settle right here and sit here and make it seem like, all men ain't shit, because we subconsciously want that. We subconsciously look for men not to be shit.
Oh my! Oh my! Find a white woman that had to do a video like this. It don't exist. What this woman said is 100% pure grade A truth. It's 100% pure grade A truth. 100%. Yeah.
People understand I do this for fathers first, and then an advocate for black men is second. I do this for fathers. Yeah, very well said, 837. This is why the name of my book is When Dads Cry. Not strong dads, not powerful dads. The name of my book that I wrote, When Dads Cry. That's why. That's why. You're not going to get no narrative of good. You're not. There's, when you try to apply good, it's different with white women. People, I'm just speaking facts. I'm speaking facts. You can go ahead and you could dress it up any way you want. You can allow a woman to tell you, I don't know. The culture of a father is and will be the perspective as to why white women get more. And it'll be the culture and the perspective as to why white women don't have to put stuff like this. White women don't have to say, we need to start blaming men for rape. Oh, okay, what's up, Brian? My man. All right, I appreciate you for being here, man. Let's read. Let me read it. To be honest, I think black women should start falsely accusing black men of sexual rape/assault. It works for white women, and they get a pretty penny for it. If black women can't get a coin through marriage, then we might as well start getting it through court. And statistics show that they are last in marriage or don't marriage at all, but number one in having babies. What that woman just said is, I'm just doing me. This leisure perspective. This is why you meet them and everybody want to talk about going on trips. Everybody, I like to travel. Go look at the profiles. Go look at 10 white women and 10 black women. And you'll see just what I'm talking about. You'll see it. You'll see it. All right. I explained something when I was talking before. Ask yourself this. Because a lot of you guys, for some reason, you think that child support is you being got. People, that is the furthest thing from the truth. That is the furthest thing from the truth. A lot of you guys think that because you pay child support, you're being got. Oh, this chick got me. Oh, I'm paying child support. Proudly pay child support. It's a dumb chick fee. That's what we need to call it. Child support is a dumb chick fee. That's what it is. Dumb chick. Pay your dumb chick fee. I want to be clear about what I'm about to say now. Ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. Why is it that when a white man go to court, you need 2 fingers? A white woman, you need to start saying white women get 2 fingers. I'm sorry, 2 hands. Because you need 2 hands to explain what they get. Child support, alimony, family heirlooms, the car, the house, pension. You need 6 hands. 2 hands. You need 6 fingers to explain at minimum what they get. Right? Maybe not family heirlooms. Let's take that. You need 5 fingers. Why is it that when the majority now, I've been at this now for over 20 years. I helped probably 15 to 16, maybe 17, but definitely not 18 married black men in my career. Why is it that the majority of the individuals that I helped, you only need 1 hand and 1 finger? If not alimony, if not 2, married alimony. That's it. Maybe 3, the house, maybe. And that's just with that 15. The other dudes, just paying child support. 15 people out of 200,000, that is not 1%. That's not even 1%. That's not even 1%. You would have to be, let's see, 1% of 2,000, of 1,000. 1% of 100,000 is 1,000. 2% of 200,000, 1% of 200,000 is 2,000. I helped 15 to 16, maybe 18 at the most. That's not even 1%. You know why? It will all bleed back to the perspective of the culture. I'll try to get the name, Max. But my man Charles, I had it sent to me 2 years ago when I first played it, Max, and it didn't have the name of the lady on it. It didn't have the name. People, this is why, once again, the narrative of a white man at the end of the relationship, the white woman is going to put a claim in on good man insurance. Good man insurance, you get the policy before you get married. You can't apply for the policy. You can't, like she said, like she just said, we deal with no good men. She said it, that you got to build. And then you try to get so much on the back end when they have nothing. That's what the other chick don't want to put in there. We love dealing with no good men so much that we don't get nothing. So we need to start accusing them of rape. She don't want to say it that way. She don't want to say it that way. So what happens? What does this ultimately bleed to? What does this ultimately bleed to? It bleeds to stupidity. This is why I say I seen smarter roaches. I've seen smarter roaches. I've just never seen dumb on a scale like I've seen it. And all you men, you're going through all this pain and hurt when you should be rejoicing. When you get that letter for family court, you should be rejoicing. This is why, I've said this so many times. These individuals need to sue family court for hitting them off with a oofy. You know what an oofy is, right? A oops fee. Oops, you fell for the okie doke. Because what they'll never tell a man is, you got to come get your child, but they'll tell a man you got to pay child support. And these individuals will sit down there and box the father out for seeing his child. They'll box the father out, but then have the mother watch the child. You'll always notice that the claim of independent is not a true claim. It's independent / mommy helping me. Independent / you see these TV shows when a woman is pregnant, oh, we'll help you raise the child. Let me tell you something about stupidity. You guys can sit down there and you can go to court and be standing across from a woman to say, I don't want him to be with the child. I don't want him, the child. He's all these things. Let me tell you. When that individual go home and be the owner of a brand new full custody order, that is the beginning of pain and hurt and depression. Because I'm not going to listen to a woman say it's hard raising a child and then hear a dummy say, oh, I'm a proud single mom. No. Appreciate those thumbs up. I'm not going to listen to that. Not going to listen to that. I know you listened to it. I'm going to be clear. I did listen to it. You know, it did have my attention. It did. It had my attention at one time. Now I'm like, girl, go on with that, please. What? Girl, please. That's what you get with me. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys here today and been telling you for some time now. Do not allow nobody to try to sell you on the fact that you're not needed. Remember, when I used to end my radio show on the Talk Zone Radio Network, I used to end it with, we shall all regret the day that the earth make the sun fight to shine upon us. Well, what did I mean by that? We should all regret the day that the earth make the sun fight to shine upon us. What happens if the earth wins and the sun don't shine upon us? Then we go into an ice age. Things don't grow. That's what happens with a lot of you fathers. You're not allowed to shine on your children. And this is why in a community you guys call Black, single moms produce the worst people on this planet, and it ain't close. Nothing else is close. These are stats, people. I'm sorry for being so smart. I'm sorry that I don't speak from an emotional perspective. I'm sorry I speak from a perspective of intellect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm a product of my mom and my dad. Don't know what happened to my mom, but I'm sorry. It's stupidity. You can say whatever you want. You can attach anything to it. You can listen to somebody accept the oofy and try to flip it as a good. No, listen. The culture in the white community is not child support. It's not. The culture in the white community is see to it that although we're not in a relationship, because Joey is from a lineage, from a heritage, that little Joey, get exposed to his family line. It's the culture in the white community is to see to it that the children still be exposed to the bloodline. To the bloodline. Speaking of bloodline, y'all heard me say this before, I'm gonna say it again. I don't want to ride or die. You will hear individuals say, I want me a thug nigga. You hear them say that. She just said it. So a dude that's all about that life, all about that scum life, you're going to the individual will cock their legs up and have his baby and then think that the child is going to come out a choir boy. So let me help. Like I said, we talk stupidity. So let me introduce you to a perspective. When a horse wins the Triple Crown, the owner of that horse can sell their horse's sperm 1 ounce for $150,000. Why? Because other horse breeders want that bloodline in their horses. This is the same perspective that white women choose. We talk about this all the time. Oh, he's from a good family. This is how they choose. He's from a good family. What I hear in the community you call Black, that nigga got some good dick. That's all. That's the only requirement. I see it with the idiot across the street. All she wants is dick. That woman just said somebody to build with. That's what I'm interested in. That's what men are interested in. A woman to build with. The culture in the white community says no, we want no part of child support. We're going to do what we do. We're going to keep that man exposed to the child and let him inherit his bloodline. In the community you call Black men go to court, and then now smoking weed is a problem. sat down there and girl, I'll be bringing my niggas his spoolies. I'll be bringing my nigga his spliffs. Girl, that nigga in there, on that nigga in there smoking his weed. Girl, you know, but he gonna dig me out when he's smoking his weed. Oh, he gonna dig me out. And then when you go to court, that's a problem. The weed is not a problem. I want a blood test because he smoked weed. I'm laughing at something else, man. Girl, I got me a booty out, nigga. I got me a booty. Now when they break up, Yana, he got a stench coming from his butt crack. My man Max says, Island Dread, get all them. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Do a booty out nigga. Been a booty out nigga ever since they've known each other. Now all of a sudden, Your Honor, when we riding in the car, when I be riding him, Your Honor, I got to put the window down because he got a stench coming from his butt crack. Stop it. Oh man. Hey, listen, man. In 2019, I start the year of the clowning. I extended it in 2020. We extended it again in 2021. It's the year of the clowning. I'm clowning these individuals. I want to be clear. It ain't the culture in the white community. In the white community, stupidity gets no immunity. I like that. In a white community, stupidity gets no immunity. Excuse me for a second. And stupidity gets no immunity. That means it don't get a pass. I will bark this forever in a day. I was giving Tia LaShawn Bradley $1,710 a month in incentives. But the culture said, let me think. Shaquita and them? You would think that's her last name, Shaquita and them. What's her name? Shaquita and them. Shaquita and them sit down and have child support amount parties. They sit down and they have child support amount parties. How much you getting? Oh, girl, I'm getting a year. That's what they do. And your girl don't want to feel left out. Girl, your man doing, cause see, I don't trust that. A nigga could just stop at any time. Girl, I just go down and get my child support. And your woman's sitting down there, and then all of a sudden she's Shaquita-ized. You used to be able to talk to your woman. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. You used to be able to talk to your woman. Now your woman is Shaquita-ized. Yep. And because your woman is Shaquita-ized, she now talks Shaquita. The woman is gone. The intellectual woman that you was in a relationship with, gone, never to return. She'll make a case. Let me back up on that. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. Only to return when they need something. They'll be back when they need something. For example, when you go to court and they say all this bad stuff about you, Now they call you after the fact to check and see how mad you are. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something, another thing that goes on in the white culture with white women. White women will sever all from family and build with their husband. What you'll get when you go on dating sites, just go on there yourself and look at 10 Caucasian and look at 10 others. You'll see individuals talk about my kids are my world, my family is my everything. So why are you here to get married to be at one with somebody? Because there's no intentions on getting married. There's no intentions on being at one. Even when they get married, there's no intentions on being at one. When you deal with somebody that claim in the community you guys call Black, there will always be some way to keep ties with their life the day before y'all got together. There will some is going to be there to keep ties to it so they can easily retract back to it. You don't get that. That's not the culture in the community you call white. It's everything on the table. I've chose right based on his morals. I trust him to move forward, to engage and sever all interest with my family and now put the interest with this individual to build. You will not get that. You get that with white women. I have never had a woman that did that. They will always have something, and that's something that they're keeping that keep them connected to the world before you and them got together is it's the security. They'll dress it up as something else, though. They'll dress it up as something else. There was something that I said before. I'll reiterate. Great storyteller sellers. Great. That woman said somebody you can build with. No, they ain't interested. If she said you need to get somebody you can build with. If she said you need to get that, that means that's not there. That's what that means. That means that's not there. Now, men, we're only interested in that. All others are interested in booty and sex and et cetera, et cetera. Matter of fact, the proposal that I got last year was insulting to me to think that that garbage perspective rides over here. Like she said, I'm all about doing me, doing my time, et cetera, et cetera. People, let me tell you something. There's this word I like to use called transition. You think you can just deal with somebody that want to do leisure, and then turn them into a housewife. It ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm 52 years old. I'm not interested in nothing. I never was, by the way. That's why I have the history that I have. Now I understand why. I understand why. Crystal clear is day. And dig this. The culture of them, they'll be talking to you, not knowing that they sound just like the other one. They be thinking they sounding different. Cacking away, sounding just like Okie Dokie did yesterday. You know that Okie Dokie chick? Yeah, you sound just like Okie Dokie. Let me go left for a second. People, I told y'all that I was got into the trucking game. So I got assigned my own truck. So I'm posting videos. My Chris's trucking video. The link is below the video. Chris's trucking. Let me make sure it's below the video. Yeah, my Chris's trucking video. Link is below the video. I got a load to take tonight. So I'll do a video tonight. So I did what I said I was going to do, got into the trucking game. Excuse me. And I love it. I love it. I love driving trucks. It's fun. It's the coolest thing in the world to be in control of a big machine. And, you know, individuals that drive trucks, I'm going to tell y'all, this stuff I'm going to be talking about over on Chris's Trucking. The link is below the video. Your CDL is yours. Your CDL. And what you do not want to do is you do not want to put yourself in a situation where the person you're working for is having you violate a law. Your CDL license is yours. So I'm gonna be talking about stuff like that over on Chris's Trucking. All right, listen, man, I've been at this for 2 hours and a half. I'm gonna just play this one video for y'all. I actually got to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna just play this for y'all, and I'll be right back. And I tell you guys all the time, I have a lot of people that hit me via the inbox. I actually leave you guys the number where you guys can get in contact with me. Don't contact me and I respond, and then you get like, holy shit, he responded. That's what I get more than anything. Y'all be like shocked that I actually respond to y'all. Y'all be like, oh shit, I've been watching him for years now. Oh shit, I'm actually talking to him. Yeah, that's how that works. If you put all that in perspective, then you'll be well off. So, Mufi, there are individuals that never listened to my show before. Never listened to my show before. Explain a booty out nigga, please.
Ain't a booty out nigga. Now, I know you own the phrase, Chris. I know you copyrighted booty out nigga as well as Section 8 sauce. Congratulations, man. You are a man of many monies.
Many monies. Many monies.
Yeah, man of many monies, man. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, so,
with your permission, can I say booty out nigga?
Yes, you can say it. Please.
Okay. A booty out nigga is one that walks around with his pants hanging off his behind. Mm-hmm. We are faggots.
Oh.
We are descendants of a jail mentality. And wearing our pants off of our ass tells another man, you can come and go up in my anal cavity at will. But since in the black community, what's dumb is stupid, what's stupid, and what's smart is dumb.
What's dumb is stupid?
I'm sorry, let me say that again.
Okay.
In the black community, what's smart is dumb, what's dumb is smart.
Very well said.
We have convinced our women to go lower than a thug and gravitate towards a booty out nigga. A booty out nigga don't have a job. A booty out nigga ain't about shit. A booty out nigga normally have multiple kids. A booty out nigga gets with a woman with the intent to use that woman because we have nothing going on in our lives. Absolutely nothing. Chris, you said something before.
Okay.
You said you're a blue collar dude.
My man.
Retired military.
Yes, sir.
12 streams of income.
Yes, sir.
You employed individuals.
Yes, sir.
I see you always advertising that you need. Your
yes,
businesses is always growing. Chris, I've watched you for 5+ years.
My man.
I've watched you.
Appreciate it. I don't.
Chris.
Yes.
You said you don't hang with booty out niggas.
No, I don't.
Right?
That's right, I don't. No.
You said not one of your friends is a booty out nigga.
Not one. Not one. Not one.
So there you have it.
Moo, I appreciate you for coming on, brother. I know you got to go.
Chris, it was real, man. I got to go, bro.
That was Moo.
All right. That was my man Mufi, booty out nigga. All right, I got two more, man, that we're going to put a bow on this thing. Independent. This is a narrative that you guys hear a lot, and it is used and it's taken out of context, just as everything else. People, this doesn't need to be drug out. Mercedes-Benz is $1 billion automaker. They're not independent. They go to Michelin for tires, Bose for radios. The AMG division was not a part of Mercedes. They actually brought AMG, and now it is. But the AMG division was something that they brought and acquired, and they brought to make themselves better. You never heard of Mercedes-Benz brand tire. You never heard of it. The parts and components and everything, Mercedes-Benz, they don't make them. They don't. The parts companies make parts for car companies, and then they use. That's why you see a lot of window knobs that's the same in every car, because one automaker make the knob. This is the reason why you see that. Okay? Just so you know. You guys been listening to a whole bunch of stuff, and you brought it. I'm telling you, take it back. Like some bad crack. Have a good day, y'all. Later.